You favor the entry of Red China into the United Nations. Why?
Well, I think that we are forced by the development of stockpiles of weapons that could destroy civilization if they were used. We are forced to abolish war from the world and to replace it by international law that is based upon the principles of morality and justice. And this requires that all of the nations in the world be involved in setting up the system of international law to take the place of war. Now, China, Chinese People's Republic, is a nation that contains 1/4 of the people on Earth. Obviously, it seems clear that we have to have the Chinese People's Republic in the community of nations, and this means admitting her to the United Nations.
You also favor disarmament. Many people in this country find the very thought of disarmament somewhat repugnant. How do you think the American people generally look toward this development?
Well, during the last few years, the American people have come to recognize, and this means a great majority of them, that the development of nuclear weapons, which if used would lead to the complete destruction of the United States as well as the Soviet Union and other parts of the world too, requires that we find some solution to world problems other than war and the threat of war, and ultimately that we achieve general and complete disarmament by international agreements with the best possible systems of international controls and inspection. I don't advocate unilateral disarmament, of course, but only international agreements with controls and inspection. Now that this is recognized pretty generally, that these terribly devastating weapons exist and that it would be just an act of insanity to try to use them in a war, then I think everyone, nearly everyone, sees that we have to be working toward the goal of disarmament with its replacement of war by international law.